Hello, my name is Dr. Isaac Noor. We are continuing our presentations on setting goals to rise to the top. Setting goals to rise to the top means that whatever you are doing, whether you are in private employment, whether you are doing your own business, whether you are into investment, whether you are in gainful employment, whether you are taking salary or wages, it is important that you know you want to rise to a certain high level that you have set for yourself. Remember that these are derived from your life purpose, that I always say that where there is progress, you will attain your ultimate goal, which is perfection. And so, if you want to rise to the top in anything that you are doing, you don't have to be at the top of an organization to be able to lead. So leadership at any level of the organization, leadership at any level in the business that you are doing can still give you desired results as others have succeeded in doing or getting. Effective leaders are conscious of their time management and do not procrastinate. Anytime you think of doing something, the time to do it is the time you have thought about it. The time to do something is the time that you imagine that this is what this will bring you. Effective leaders ensure followership and not headship. It means that you should be able to relate so well with people to be able to get desired results without having to show that you are at the head of anything. Whether it is your own business or it is gainful employment and you are occupying a certain position, it is not the headship. It is not whether you are HOD, you are head of department in an organization, or you are director, you are manager, you are CEO. That is not what is important. What is very important is how you relate with people to ensure that you get followership. Effective leaders motivate and not through command. What it means is that we all have our desires, and so like passion, like emotion, like feeling, you should be able to derive these senses from people to ensure that they come along with you. There will come a time where they themselves may see the need to get results without having to get anybody influencing them. But an effective leader must know that you need to be able to motivate your people to come along. They apply organized knowledge. Effective leaders apply organized knowledge. If you want to be an effective leader, you need to know how you can mobilize and organize your people based on the principles of leadership, based on the principles of management. But it's not going to be how much knowledge you have acquired that is going to be important. Other than that, it will mean that if somebody is a professional in an area, he will do better than a PhD holder. And in that case, a PhD holder would necessarily do well more than somebody who is holding a master's and so on and so forth. That's not how it's supposed to be. Leadership itself is a school. A school that is not in a classroom, that is not within a certain given four walls, but it is education in the environment that you must know that these are the ways in which you can garner and then galvanize your people to be able to get the desired results that you want. This cannot be achieved, on a silver platter. It is important that you are able to engender trust, and trust itself is derived from competence and character. And once you are able to show through time that you are consistent and then you are consistent and that you can be trusted, then it means that people will see integrity rather than force of energy, power, and mere show of intelligence that you want to use to manipulate people. You will not get as much results as someone who showed true character built on the person's ability to deliver results. People will definitely be attracted to the person much better than the show of power, energy, and intelligence. Effective leaders learn from their mistakes and failures. They know they can fail, and they do fail a number of times, and it won't be how many times they fail. It is about how many times they are able to learn from these mistakes and failures and build good experience that they synthesize to ensure that they get results. Effective leaders are decisive and not indiscretionary. What it means is that you set a goal, you may take time to take a decision, not too long a time, because if you procrastinate, that will also take off a portion of an effective leader from you. But once you decide you want to pursue, there's concentration and then there's singleness of purpose. The effective leaders know that leadership is cause and every other thing is effect. Cause and effect relationship doesn't mean that it is only mere aggression and ruthlessness. Aggression is positive in terms of the ability to achieve results. Ruthlessness is positive in terms of your ability to generate results. Causing actions are very important in leadership, but these things must be done affectionately. Other than that, again, you take one with the right and give away one with the left. If you are able to look at leadership only as cause and all other issues being effects, and you don't affect those that you work with, of course, it means that you are not going to be relating as well as is expected, and definitely that you may not be able to achieve sustainable results. Leadership is the action you are able to take and not the mere position that you hold. Again, leadership is followership and not headship. This last point relates clearly to the first point. To ensure the second point that shows that leadership is followership and not headship is about saying that leadership is action. How much action? For instance, you should be able to get people to come around with their views, organize the views into activities, and then see how those activities can be achieved within timelines. And they themselves will be willing to contribute to ensure that you are able to achieve the indicators within the time frame that you set yourself. Clearly, everybody will be working. What is more important is that it will be regrettable to say, if I were this, I would be able to do this. What are you able to do if you take yourself as an assistant director too that just entered civil service? What activities, how are you leading? How are you putting all of these things into place? Even if you take yourself to be a classroom teacher, there is so much that you can do as a mentor, as a leader, as a counselor. So it's important that you don't look at leadership being at the top or leadership being positioned. You know, leadership is all-encompassing things that will let you achieve results without having to depend on force, control, command, or direction.